2016 Olympics Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone! So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I did a relatively simple design for the 2016 Olympics that are being held in Rio. So if you are planning on watching the Olympics and rooting for your country, you might want to give this design a try. Like I said, it's pretty simple and I hope you like it. And also don't forget to click subscribe to see my future videos as well. Begin by painting all of your nails solid white. On my index nail with upright blue paint, I'm going to be painting Rio across the center of my nail. So I'm going to start with the eye in the center, and then I'm going to paint the O to the one side of it, and just connect them with a little line like they're drawn out in cursive. And then connecting the I, I'm going to go back to the first letter and add my R. And I'm using just blue paint, as I said, and then on a very small brush, using just a little paint and going back and getting more fairly often, instead of trying to get a whole bunch of paint on the brush and then doing more of it at a time. You're going to have a lot better chance of making a mistake if you do it that way. Instead of using just a little paint and going back and forth, it's going to have a smoother end result, and it's probably going to be easier on you. And then on my middle nail, I'm going to be writing 2016, and for this, your 1 and your 6 are going to be attached, and so you're going to continue the line from the 6 and go back and touch to the base of the 1, just like that, and then just add a little top to the 1, but then your 0 and your 1 aren't attached to each other, so you're just going to let those two each be their own individual personality and let them be apart. And so I'm just, as I said, in probably the weirdest way possible, don't connect your 1 and your 0. And then after you have your 0 in place, you're going to write the 2 before it, and the 2 and the 0 do touch, so continue the line from your 2 up until it touches the bottom of your 0. On my ring nail, using black, green, red, yellow, and blue paint, I'm going to be painting the Olympic rings. So I'm going to start with a black circle, and I'm going to do it about in the center of my nail, vertically, but then horizontally off-center just a little bit to the right when you're looking at it. And then I'm going to add a green circle, sort of kitty corner down below it, and then just right above the green one, add a yellow circle. And then next to the green one, below the black circle, we're going to be adding our red circle. And when you're doing this, I started with the black one in the center, and then I worked my way out, going green and then yellow, and then ending with the red and blue. This is going to hopefully leave it so that you have the same amount of space beyond the red and blue circles, and it's all nice and centered. On my pinky nail, I'm going to be using the exact same colors I just used on my ring nail, and once again, I'm going to be starting in the center of the nail and then working my way out. So the first stripe I'm going to be painting is a black one, just going straight across my nail. Beneath that, I'm going to be adding a green stripe. And when you're doing this in the beginning, I'm not worried about them being perfectly spaced or even or all of that good stuff, and if they're not, you can always go through and add a second coat and fix them up if you need to. So then above the black, I'm going to be adding first a yellow stripe, and then finishing off near my cuticle with blue. So then I'm going to be going in, and with yellow, blue, and green, I'm going to be painting the 2016 logo, which looks like 3 people that are intertwined. So I'm sorry that it's starting out with yellow because it's a lot harder to see what I'm doing with yellow because it's such a pale color. But first I painted a reference just for the top of the yellow guy's head, and then I added a oval that is the tall version to one side, and then the a shorter oval, a short and wider oval to the other side, and those are going to be references, as I said. So then I'm going to be thickening up his arms, and then on the wider oval, we're going to be adding our blue person. And so first I'm just going to kind of go along the one edge of it, and then I'm going to thicken it up and be creating his arms that are coming around the side, and they kind of wrap around the yellow a little bit, and then the lower arm is on a separate line altogether, so then I'm going to add his head right there. But that kind of goes down, and that hand is going to be holding hands with the green guy. So now I'm going to be adding my green guy, and so I'm going to start with the green going around that outside of that the vertical oval, and so then I'm going to add that other arm that's hanging on to the blue guy, and then thickening up those lines and adding his head. Once you have that in place, I'm going to take some orange and I'm going to be darkening my yellow. This is also going to help it show up a lot better against that white nail because, like I said before, the yellow does not show up very well against the white, but adding this orange is definitely going to improve how it looks. So just adding a little orange shading around where it needs to, and you can always blend it in with some more yellow if it's not quite smooth. And then I'm going to be highlighting my green with a lighter shade of green, and then low lighting my black with my blue with a darker shade of blue. And then of course add a layer of top coat. And the reason I used those particular colors, you could have in the beginning used light green, light blue, and yellow and then darkened them all, or you could have used darker colors and then lightened them all and highlighted them all. I just use the colors that I like to use. My paints, every paint has a different consistency and texture and personality itself, and so you kind of have to learn how your paints are and choose how you want to use them. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would really love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!